Hey everyone, it's me T coming at you with a fresh new video. And here's what I wanted to make it about. I wanted to basically come at you with how today is like today all day ever since this morning. The song by Sarah Bareilles, like I Want to See You Be Brave, you know that song, has been popping up in my world. And like it's funny because like I was like, there was like a glitch in my technology where I was just kind of thinking about how I was like, why is this even like, it was like constantly like the universe wanted me to hear the song. And then I got into my car and then it played on the radio and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I was like, okay, so I get this song and you know, like I was like, I get it, like I get what it has to say. But what it made me think of, which is so amazing, because it's like it really wanted me to listen to it. The universe really wanted me to listen to it. And what it wanted me to connect with it was how interesting of a song this was for women. It was directed to women to be like, I want to see you be brave in terms of, you know, speaking your truth and just coming out with whatever. But it's really funny because I was thinking from a perspective, I was taking it from a perspective where I was like, you know, it's very interesting how this song is telling, you know, it's a woman for woman, which I get, like a woman singing it for a woman to be like, come out of your shell, totally cool. But how about the guys? Like, it's actually funny, like with us women, it's very easy actually to be emotional and to express our emotions because we naturally do that. However, we as women are very weak to do it directly to the opposite sex. So it's just really funny how like we actually don't do it. What we need to work on is we need to work on directedness, right? Like in terms of exactly how we're feeling, that's exactly how we're going to express it. But sometimes us women like to hide behind that shit. Like, oh, I feel a certain way, but not really. I don't want to like express it that way because I don't want that other person thinking that I really truly feel that way or whatever. But it's just like so stupid because you're actually doing double work for the mind in a non-effective way rather than just coming out bluntly and being like, this is exactly how I feel. Now, this is also to take into consideration, we all have different levels of egos. Our egos are at all different types of levels. Now, what I do each and every day, because I am a very strong-willed type of woman, like I actually don't even see myself as a woman. I see myself as a kid. But like, you know, as a female, put it that way, I'm very strong-willed and I'll do whatever, but like at the same time, I have to also realize that I have to, if I want to get further in life, I have to take my ego down so many notches to like where it's almost at zero, right? So every day I pray for that. And I just say, I tell God, I was like, hey God, listen, all day today and all night tonight, and basically going forward for the rest of my life, I'm choosing to give my ego over to you so that you can transmute it into the highest and best love and above energies, also gratitude, also union and unity when it comes to you and me having a unique, you know, relationship. I was like, let's do this, you know, let's get closer. Let's get, you know, let's really like have a fun life together, right? And the whole thing is, and then I put my physical self aside each day. I may have mentioned this, you know, in one of my other videos, but it's very important. And you literally, and I put my physical self aside, you know, for the rest of the day, like all day today, all night tonight. And I just basically say, this is what's happening so that your hand can, your divine hand can easily and effortlessly and immediately work its magic into my life, right? I call upon divine magic, divine blessings, divine joy, divine miracles. I was like, bless me with it, sprinkle it all over in every area of my life and in all aspects, and thank you, you know? And that's how I like basically start off my day. Like I make sure to put that in there as if like no one's getting in the way of that. And the thing is, I have to do that every morning so that my mind knows which way I'm fucking headed and I have these values already set up, right? It's very important to have these values set in the morning. So whatever process you can come up with to kind of remind yourself of your values and why you think it's worth living and how you can better your life, that's exactly what you need to be kind of referring to every morning as a very disciplined action, right? So long story short, so I came up with the fact that I was like, it's very interesting how after hearing the song, I was thinking to myself how it's interesting because knowing that I'm living this life, it's very cool for women to get empowered in their emotions and to kind of speak out loud about them. That's all very positive. However, what we're slacking in our society is men coming out and being vulnerable about their emotions, right? And that's what we're slacking in, because I think sometimes, and I don't know what it is, I honestly don't know who the fuck we were listening to. I always think about them, like, where did we get this fucking massive belief of, like, you know, the way that guys should be, the way that women should be, the way, I don't understand how it all fucking, you know, fell into place. And may it not fall, it may come out of place. But what was I going to say? So my whole thing is, when it comes down to it, I just wanted to basically say hello. I just wanted to basically say that I'm like chilling in my car by the beach, guys. It's fucking brilliant. Like, I have the best life. I really do. Even at like such a minute and simple level, it's like, may never go away and only get enhanced, and may it always just get better. I always say it gets better and better every day, and it's just like amazing. So my whole thing is, it's like, it's good, and it's so funny because everybody, like, I've made my own little life in my own little car, that like everybody who passes by, like, I have the back flap open, and so like wind is blowing, and you know, there's fresh air and fresh thoughts. I love that, fresh air. It's our fresh thoughts, amen. And so like everybody that's like passing by is like smiling at me because they see the fucking happiness. The colors are amazing in my car. I love it. It's so like beach child-esque, and I love all the vibes. It's amazing. So my whole thing is, what I'm trying to say here is, men need to start, or how you become a man, is literally by speaking your truth in terms of what you feel. And a lot of people think that this is some sort of like bullshit, and it's like not, it's like nothing, like it's not important. But guys, it's so important. And when I say guys, I meant like you all, not just guys, you all, men and females and men. They need to come together in unity of speaking about their emotions, because that's where the communication lies. That's where, you know, like, you know, bridges are built. You know what I'm saying? That like gaps are just totally fucking filled in. And it's just like, and it's just so simple, but we don't realize how emotions, I literally was just listening to a book, and it said our emotions are like a high percentage of our lives. Like, so the whole thing is, it's like you have to be constantly talking about your emotions so that you can get more clear on where you stand in certain things, and what you want out of life, and what type of people you want to hang out with, and, you know, and basically, you know, you have to kind of, you know, communicate your emotions so that you can also clear things out and imagine better things for yourself, you know? So what I want to leave you with is basically basically telling the guys that, hey, we need you to speak up. We need you to speak up about everything. We also need you to speak up about your emotions, so that you can teach us how to be direct as females, like as humans. Not only, it's never going to be man versus female. That's what everybody has misconstrued. It's human versus human. So whatever that commonality is, you need to kind of, hi there. You need to kind of, you need to kind of, cultivate, right? So the commonality amongst us is that we're humans. And if you see yourself as a human, which I do too, that's why I'll never be like, oh, you know, pure feminism and like against the masculine or vice versa. Like, I'll never be that. I'll just always be neutral, because I see that we're both not perfect as females and males. So we have to kind of come together and perfect our human aspect of ourselves so that we can connect better, right? It just logically makes so much sense. So it's like, you know, get rid of what you've been taught in terms of, oh, like men shouldn't feel, and females are overly fucking doing it with too much speaking about their emotions sometimes, that it's just like, dude, no one fucking cares. Like, because, and it's not that no one cares, it's like you literally turn into a broken record. And this is why guys can't even handle listening to you anymore, because you're trying to process shit, like you're trying to process with a guy, but it's like the processing really should be done with your friends, or, you know, written out, or or like spoken out loud to God and you. Like the processing of the emotions is not supposed to be with your like solely with your significant other. Like it could be, but it really shouldn't be the first thing that you fucking do. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's like take the time out for yourself and process it by yourself or with your friends, or you know, use that route rather than always dumping your shit on the dude that you're with, because it's like that doesn't make you you know, I want to use that. It doesn't make you mysterious. It doesn't make you you know, after a while when you have obtained a habit of annoyance and I'm trying to piece it all together, and of an obnoxiousness, then, you know, people are kind of like, all right, like, you know, I don't fucking feel like going home to this person anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? And so, you know, and different people have different levels and aptitudes of patience. So you have to just really give that time to yourself so that you can always come out fresh. You know, like you always have to look, what do I want to say? Like you basically always have to kind of have a fresh appearance, you know, when it comes down to, and I'm not saying perfect, I'm saying fresh. Fresh is definitely not perfect, because sometimes fresh, you don't even know what you're fucking getting with that. You're just like, all right, well, I'm in for the freshness. I just don't know what I want here, but yet I'll figure it out. Do you get what I'm saying? So there's an imperfection there that you're working with, but it's always for the fucking highest and best. It's like amazing. So just take the leaps that you can towards becoming more fresh in your life. I mean, that's always going to be one of my messages, because it's like, it's just so fun. You know, freshness equals fun to me all the time. Like it's laughter, it's fun, it's joy. I mean, you just never know what you're going to get with it, and it's a beautiful thing. So, but with this, and this is funny because I was thinking about how it affects dating and things like that, and it's like, you know, we went from a traditional sense where guys get to, you know, ask the females out, and now that the females are, sorry, there's going to be a little bit of a noise in the background. And it's really funny, I'm seeing so many men out today. It's really funny. It's like more men than females. But so what I'm trying to say is just basically, when it comes down to like dating was like traditionally like it was a man's job to come out and be courageous in terms of how they felt about different women. Hi, who are you? And it literally, as I just said that, like 6 dudes in a fucking pickup truck. That's hilarious. So anyhow, so the whole thing is, it's like, you know, we're coming into this age where, you know, us women are actually getting pissed off because we're like, oh my God, we're expecting the guys to be the same as before in the dating game, but we're overpowering them in terms of not seeing that our overpowering is kind of like hushing their emotions up, right? And so they can't feel courageous, and they can't feel as if they're like they have the reins, because like if you have an empowered female who doesn't actually know how to like slow down sometimes, and like just be aware of what's really going on in terms of emotions and intuition and all that stuff, then it's like, then you end up not being able to be successful in the dating game. You know what I'm saying? So you have to just take a more, you know, united, we all have to take a more united stance on listening and feeling to other people's feelings, so that we can kind of get to more clarity together, right? And that's basically what it is. So my whole message is, with the Sara Bareilles song, is like, I don't want the females to, you know, yeah, of course, like if you have a message, say it, you know, but this video is more for males to come out and speak about their emotions, because we need you guys to do that, because we as women cannot be relied upon to speak about our emotions all the fucking time, because like it's just not fair. We're not creating balance, right? And balance comes from both masculine and feminine, and it's to unite both sides. We all have masculine and feminine energies within us. So the whole thing is, it's like, I'm asking the males to literally remember your feminine side, to be in touch with it and to really, speak about your emotions, because that's literally, it's so important, especially if you are going through some sort of crisis in your health. You have to do that. You have to reach out to a female, let's say, that you really, trust and or would be happy to talk to, and you think would really, help you out through what you're going through. Also, have some integrity and, discrepancy, I think is the word that I want to use there. In terms of, if you're with a female, like, you have to let her know, be like, hey, I really want to talk to so-and-so about my feelings. Like you're cool to talk to, but I just feel like I need a fresh perspective. Like, do that. Let them know what you're doing. Let them know about your plans. Hello. Let them know about your plans in terms of, like, how you want to kind of step out of your comfort zone and make your relationship better with the person that you're with by speaking to another female who is kind of like an outsider, And I also want to say an outlier, because those are the best women to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Just like I am. I'm an outlier and an outside of the outside. Like, I'm an outside perspective type of person. So even though I'm pretty good at being the outside perspective type of person, because I can actually compassionately picture myself within the scenario. Do you get what I'm saying? But also keep my distance in terms of being like, here's what I'm seeing, and here's what I'm feeling out of the scenario. And, and that's how and a lot of people are amazed by it, because of the fact that they're just like, they think it's psychic, but it's like, it's actually empathic. It's compassion. That's all you're doing. So you're just matching up with those frequencies to kind of better, to come up with better ideas in terms of how to handle different emotions and life in general, So have a great day, guys. I love you so much. Get better at life by speaking about your emotions and getting vulnerable. There's really nothing to it. You just got to do it. So I love you. Mwah. Bye.